costume in the background, and I see the one you're wearing.
Yes.
You start wearing costumes to games.
Well, here's a little look at it. I was added to a group that the Stars started, a fan group called the Stars Fanatics in 2007, and we all dressed up for games. We got to go do, TV appearances for the local news and so forth, trying to sell playoff tickets. And so we got to do a bunch of stuff. We dressed up. We acted crazy. That's when I actually started dressing up. And unfortunately, they sort of disbanded, and so there's only a few of us that actually dress up for games nowadays.
Do you sit together when you go to games?
I had my seats. We had a whole section, but I had already had season tickets. So there was a couple of years there where I had season tickets on both sides of the arena, where I would just go from one to the other throughout the game. I particularly stay on the offensive end, but it was pretty neat. But no, we sit all over the arena now. There's a few of us here and there, but it's good spread out throughout the arena, so it actually works out, I think, better.
I love that you had 2 sets of tickets. That's so fun. That's so cool. Because I always get bummed. I'm right by where we start in the defensive end, so I'm always with Hank.
Yeah.
So then I would always love to be on the other side, but we only have one pair.
Well, I have my seats are in the front row of the upper deck, directly behind our offensive end twice. So there was no way I was giving those up to move to the section where the fans were. So I just just give me an extra ticket, and we'll see where I'm going to be from game to game.
I think that's totally worth it.
It was an amazing time.
So how did you get into these costumes? You said you create them? What's your inspiration for each year?
What happened when I started, because before, when I was with the Fanatics, it was a simple, if you see the mustard colored jersey is basically what I wore with a cape and like pom-pom wig and face paint. It wasn't that elaborate. But it was when the Stars changed to Victory Green and they got the new jerseys, I realized I could make a costume cheaper than buying a jersey. So I'm like, why not? Because if you buy a jersey, you're going to just blend in and be like everybody else, and why not stand out?
I totally agree. About how long does it take you to make each costume?
I usually start at the end of the season. Well, first of all, around February and March, my costumes start wearing out. And I start cursing them and saying, no, I'm not going to do this again. I'm never going to make another costume. And about the end of the season, I'll watch a movie or see a TV show, and I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. I'll bet I could, oh, no. And so I come up with an idea, and I'll just work on it. Usually from the end of the season to opening day, I'll be working on a costume, and I'll unveil it opening day. And the thing is I'll come up with the idea, and I'll make it, and each year I base it off usually a certain character. I've done one based on Arrow. I've done one based on just various comic book characters, but it's different every year. It's just something that randomly pops up in my head, and I'll say it would be really cool to make something like that, and then next thing I know, I've got a costume.
That's so fun. Oh, you know what? Let's cut there. Totally forgot.